Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I'll tell you, I learned something today that it explains a lot of things in my life, and it's fun. And I'll tell you, the reason I'm even telling you this, it's funny. I profile. I always talk about, you look at somebody, you have to make decisions on stuff like that. I'm evaluating all kinds of stuff. I see all kinds of stuff that are new to me all the time, and I try to figure out what is it, how it works, and can you improve on it, and just all kinds of stuff. I'm always looking at things like that. And also, one of the things I do is I do it to myself. I evaluate myself all the time. And I know, there's things I've talked about, the stuff that I'm no good at. I've talked about stuff that are just, I just plain flat can't do. And I don't waste my time, I don't know how to say this. I'm always trying to self-improve. I'm always trying to improve myself in any way at all. But there's some ways that I just can't, I spend as much time as I can trying to improve myself in certain areas. And then once I find out it's just against my character, it's against my the way my body, the way my mind, the structure of my being, and it doesn't work, so I don't put any more time on it, so and then I focus my time on things that I can do, and I'm looking for new things that I've never done, so maybe I can find out other things that I can do that I didn't know I could do. So I'm always self-evaluating. One thing that I found out today, and it came out of nowhere, and what it is I have a passion for life, more passion than most people have. I've always known, I didn't look at it as a passion for life. I've never looked at it like that. I've always known I'm different, and I'm different. We're all different ways. And but some of the things that get me is I don't get mad. I don't even have a temper at all. And I've mentioned before, I live day to day, and I live each day like it's my last day. And it's funny because I really do that. And when you do like that, life is an adventure. Like I say, I can't do an office job. I can't do assembly line work. I can't do that stuff. I mean, I just can't do it. I'm so, I want to say hyper, but I don't know if that's the right words. Now, when I was a kid going to school, I was real fidgety. I couldn't stay sitting down for a long period of time. And so there was things that told me this, but I didn't realize what they were telling me. And what happened today, I think I lost another woman today. Lost another girl. So, and so then, it's no big deal. This last couple months, I mean, I've gone through more women in this last couple months than I've ever had in my whole life. And so I'm learning a lot about why I don't date, why I don't really try to impress people. I do it, but I do it in a subtle way. And that's what I teach. Trying to do things, but that's just one way of doing it. People got different ways of doing it. But that's what I was talking about, giving the coins, talked about mannerisms and acting manly and all this stuff. These are the ways that I do things. And it's funny because I've noticed the last couple of months, like I say, I've gone through a lot of gals, and it's been really quick. I mean, I catch them quick, and then just things don't work out. I just can't figure it out. Today I figured it out, and what it was is I met a guy. He owns a business, and I talk about, everybody I know owns businesses, it seems like. And so I was talking to him, and the same thing. I gave him the coin, I gave him my business card, and I talk about everybody needs a business card. Everybody needs that. That's how you present yourself. And I presented myself. NoStressMike. And okay, so I have to explain. That's the worst thing about having a name or a business like that. Trying to explain what it is you do. And I tell people I do two things. One thing is I take away pain, and I take it away instantly. And I do it with the Hoi Chi. And it's because I know the body, I know how the body works, and so I can manipulate the body by hitting it in certain spots. Okay, that's one thing I do. The other thing I do is I stay safe, and I help other people stay safe. And when I say safe, it's what's with Hotspot is what it is. And Hotspot is another company I have in which I teach people how to stay safe. And what it is everything you see in my videos. I talk about gold and silver. I teach people how to do that to be financially safe, physically safe. I really don't teach people how to fight. I thought I was getting ready to. Once I get a woman, then I'm going to get this woman and I'm going to teach her how to do self-defense, how to take care of herself. I'm going to make videos on this. So, because you notice I haven't showed people how to do this stuff. But in the way of combat type fighting, I don't. And the reason is it's such a commitment. Like I say, I work out 2 or 3 times a day. That's just one thing. And then my diet, I watch what I eat. I'm always cleaning my body. I'm doing things to keep my body healthy. And I do things spiritually. You hear me talk about all my spiritual beliefs and all this kind of stuff. I strengthen my spiritual well-being, my emotions. I've given a lot lately. I've been giving a lot of videos on emotions. So you have to have good sound emotions, and like I say, everything. I cover everything. And that's a lot of commitment that I do to this. And my wife even mentioned it to me. She said she'd never seen anybody that is so focused on so many things, and I help others. I'm a giver, and these are all things that I try to teach, so then people will do better. Because I know I'm like everybody else, but some of the stuff I do is a little bit more than what everybody else does. So. But anyway, so I'm explaining it, and then I had to tell the guy I'm a counter-terrorist. and everybody has a hard time understanding what a counter-terrorist. They expect to see these guys in black and they're, like ninja kind of guys, and then they find somebody like me, an old guy like me, and so it was funny, and so I'm explaining to him the kind of stuff that I do and how I do it. And all this kind of stuff. And I was with another guy that owns a business, and he wanted to introduce me to him. And he didn't realize everything I do. I don't really, in person, I don't tell people that side of it. Because I don't want to scare people. I don't want to give people a warning. Because if I need some of these skills, they're not nice skills. And I don't want to give people a warning. So, because like I say, I might be going up against 6, 8, 10, 20, So I don't want them to know my capabilities. That's where I've got the advantage. I know their capabilities. They have no idea what my capabilities are. And so when I was explaining it to him, the guy said, he says, you know, you, and he just met me. And he says, and then we started talking. As a matter of fact, he was half Japanese. And that's why when I told him my name, my Ma, and he said, Ma, and then, okay, who are you? What do you do? And stuff like that. Just because he does like me, he profiles. And by looking at me, the way I dress, the way I do things, I pay for everything as I go, and all this kind of stuff. Man, this guy's, you know, you're somebody. And so then it ended up, you know, I told him, well, I'm half Chinese, and then I told him I was in Vietnam, because that's what he was wondering, how I could use all these, you know, where did I come up with this experience, you know, to do what I do. And, you know, then the training the SWAT teams and all that stuff. Then it all followed. Now see, like I say, Americans are dumbed down. We're trained to be colorblind. We're trained not to profile, not to make judgments on people. And foreigners aren't. They're not trained like that. And this guy, he was reading me just left and right. And then when I mentioned Vietnam, he says, oh, General Westmoreland, he was your commander there. And boy, how do you know this stuff? And I say he's half Japanese, and he was talking about, he was in the military, his father was in the military, his grandfather, he's got 4 generations that have been in the military. And he does special work also, but he doesn't do it like me. I'm paid, I'm a professional. And he just does it because it's in his blood. And so, and that's what he said. He says, man, you are full of passion. No wonder I do the stuff I do. Because, I mean, I'm just boiling over with it. I mean, he could see it in me. And, you know, and I started thinking, what are you talking about? And then this was just maybe 2 hours ago. And since then, I've been thinking and thinking what he's been saying. And that explains my wife. My wife even told me the same thing. You know, it says, man, very few women are going to be able to handle somebody like you. And now it's making sense. Because like I say, what, 4 hours ago is when I lost this last woman. So, and what it is, my passion for helping people is so strong and so deep and sincere. People or women, it scares them. They've never seen somebody that is so helpful. Like I say, I respect women. I treat women like ladies, and that's why another thing I mentioned, I've been going out with gals that aren't in my class, I guess, kind of say it, and they freak out. I mean, but they've never been treated so well, and so that's why I'm saying it's that passion that drives me. And what happened? My radiator broke. That's how I did all this today. I was downtown, and bam, oh man! I mean, steam coming out of my car and everything like that. My radiator had a plastic radiator, and it split. Water went all over and all that, and all the traffic stopped, and everybody got out, and they helped push my car off to the side and all this kind of stuff. They got me some water, and you know, we did all this kind of stuff. And everybody's so nice to me, and I'm always so happy, and I was real happy that it broke down here. Because like I say, I'm fixing to go to Mexico, and I don't want to have this thing break down in the desert in Mexico. So I'm getting a new heavy-duty radiator, and I had plastic in there. My next one's going to be copper, and so it'll be ready to take on the forces that I drive through. Because like I say, main stuff that I do is in hot weather. So my car is slowly being converted over. Whenever I replace something, I'm replacing it. I'm upgrading it into even better than what it is. Even though it's an old 95 Toyota, I'm making it even better. It runs even better all the time. But that's what it is. The passion in me that drives me, and that's again why when I get in fights, whether it's armed fights or unarmed fights, that's one of the things that drives me also, that makes me go beyond what I need to do. And so anyway, I hope this didn't bore you any, but it makes a difference. And now I'm going to start looking. I've never tried to look at people or make judgment on somebody on their passion. And that explains why grumpy, nasty people hate me, you know, and takers and stuff like that. They really dislike me a lot. Why? Well, because I have so much passion in life. I love life. I love living it. And that's why the dangers in life means nothing to me. I just want to keep going, keep doing things. But anyway, I thought I'd share it with you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.